Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And today we will be talking about the first cruise ship I went on in 2010. And that's coming up right after this. Alright, welcome back to Chatting with Justin. I am Justin, and today we are going to talk about Marnier of the Seas, part of the Royal Caribbean group. Alright, so when Marnier of the Seas was launched in 2003, it was part of the Voyager class group of ships that Royal Caribbean has. Remember last time we talked about Royal Caribbean? It's right up here. And so that was part of the Voyager class. And it was built in England. I'll put the name down here. It cost $650 million US at the time to build this ship. It has 15 decks on it. Marnier of the Seas has an ice rink on it. Yes, an actual ice rink on it. I mean, this is the first ship I've been on. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, do all ships have ice rinks? Yeah, I remember sitting down there on the first row watching a performance, and it was kind of fun. I did get my face up on the big screen there when the clown came over and was harassing me, but that was fun. I really enjoyed that. The ship, it was fun. Yeah, the ice rink was fun. They had a couple of different shows there. Some were adult oriented. It was just entertaining, I can say that. And it also had a nice theater in it where we went and saw great entertainment. It was 2010, and I'm trying to remember the entertainment, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But the buffet was really super good. We had a room that overlooked a promenade. So on the Voyage class ships, they have a promenade that goes down the middle of the ship, and you have decks right here that you can look over the promenade, and we had one of those rooms where you can open and close the drape. Just close the drape when you're getting out of the shower, or yeah. And so we could open the drapes up. We could watch the crowd down below. We saw the sail away party that was happening there in the promenade. We saw the party that was happening on one of the nights we're heading back to LA, where the ship was rocking, and you can see everyone just trying to stay upright. And yeah, it was really super fun. We went to the Mexican Riviera out of Los Angeles, the San Pedro cruise port. I'll talk about that here in the next video. I've talked about it before in Brilliance of the Seas recap, but I'll wait until next time to talk about that. So my first time being in the San Pedro, it was busy. I mean, we pulled up in the car service, and it was like busy. People were everywhere. I had a welcome, Marnier of the Seas, Berth 94. I had us, go over there. We went through the process. We got in. We had to wait up in the waiting area, and then we had to get on the ship. I mean, it was a long, drawn-out process. I'm like, dang, is this how cruising is happening? It's going to be boring. I mean, it's a pain in the butt just to get on the ship. But we finally got on the ship, and it was fun. We had to go to the old-time muster drill. That was boring. But the dining room staff, we had something called Anytime Dining or My Time Dining. I can't remember what it was called back then. But we could go at different times of the night, whenever we wanted. But we picked 7 o'clock at night. And so we had our table up on the upper part of the dining room. So Royal Caribbean ships have two decks of dining. And so we were up on the top one. And the wait staff, we had the same wait staff the whole entire cruise. And so we went there, and we got to know each other the first night. The second night, we're still getting to know each other. By the time the third night came along, we went in there, sat down at the table. I had water. My wife had a Diet Coke and ranch, because that's what she wanted. And they made sure that they had it there, sitting there for her when we got there. Yeah, my wife likes ranch on a lot of things. But yeah, the 15 decks, it was a big ship. One of the biggest ships I had. I think it held 1,600 people at the time. But in 2018, it got a $120 million refit on it where they added more cabins. I would like to see how that all played out and what they took away, or how they added the cabins. I don't know. But I'd like to see that. But yeah, so we had a really fun time. There was a food shop down on the promenade right below our room. You know, I could go down the stairs and right there they had sandwiches and puddings and desserts and cookies. I had cookies. That's my one weakness is cookies. It was a good ship. I mean, I haven't been on Marnier since 2010 when my wife and I decided to head out on our 15th wedding anniversary for that week, and it was a good experience. I really liked it. I thought I would be, bored to death and nothing to do on a cruise ship, but if you're bored to death on a cruise ship, that's something that's wrong with you. There's a lot to do on a ship. That is the Marnier of the Seas, part of the Voyager class, ships in the Royal Caribbean group. And I would encourage you guys, if you guys want to try her out, go look on Royal Caribbean's website, find out where she is selling, and book a cruise on that. I'm not paid or sponsored by that. I'm just saying, book a cruise on her. I really enjoyed her. All right, so that is it for Marnier of the Seas. All right, guys, I want you guys to come back for the next video about another Royal Caribbean ship. And until then, I will see you in the next one.